Broadcasting live from the Iltv studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Friday, the 31st day of May in the year of our Lord 2024, and it is an honor and a privilege to be working here at this television station, and it is an honor to welcome each and every one of you who's joining me at this very, very moment. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. I want to welcome Bradley Rule. Bradley Rule, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Today, the Honorable A. Loftus Roker, there was a state funeral for him, and it was held at Christ Church Cathedral, Nassau. And of course, his body was interred at the Western Cemetery on Nassau Street. So that is our leading story today. Yesterday, in Grand Bahama, in an area called Williamstown, a 39-year-old lady, we understand, she perished in a drowning incident in which she was on the beach, perhaps having a picnic, and misadventure took place, and regrettably, she perished. Tomorrow is the 1st of June. It is the beginning of the season for hurricane, and it is also the same day that the Free National Movement will meet in convention to ensure that there is a democratic process of election, and we are now organized to vote Dr. Minnis out. Well, Carl Culmer, who's related to me and a former national chairman of the Free National Movement, he's had some very interesting things to say in the media, and Carl Culmer, praise the Lord, has found his voice, and he wants F&M and the whole country to know that Dr. Hubert Minnis is the voice leader in the country. This is powerful. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the F&M from Hubert Alexander Minnis. God save the King. Tomorrow, the red people will gather in fire. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker, and Bradley Roll, my spiritual advisor, he is ready to begin the show. Bradley, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Yeah, man.
It's
Thank
time
you so much.
for spiritual warfare.
things. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there too. I mean, realistically, the war is raging, Senator.
Wow.
It's raging.
Have you put on the full armor?
That's the only way you're going to withstand the fiery darts of Satan. Because I can
And
tell
do
you.
you think dress in the armor that you have on, you would be able to take on the bishop that is leading your family astray?
Yeah, and the thing about it, Senator, what I don't understand is that it seems as if the devil just get dressed up and go inside some of these churches and sit down.
But the scripture
in the
warns us,
midst.
my spiritual advisor, that in the last days
It's
there
just-
shall be false prophet.
Well,
The question is-
this fellow's not a prophet. He isn't even close.
Well, let's put it this way: well, false pastors. And the question that I want to ask you,
He's a PASTA. He's a pastor,
well, as
not
you
a PASTOR. There's a difference.
yes, but are you prepared spiritually
To fight him?
to fight it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, we shall watch to see if you are prepared spiritually to take on the
Listen.
pastor.
I'll say this much, and that's one of the reasons why, when you decide that you want to take on that office, you have to look very carefully at the qualifications. Not only that, those who are appointing you, before they appoint you, they must make sure that you fit the description and the requirements before they allow you to sit in the office. Listen, there are a lot of men who claim to be pastors. They don't have a clue.
But
They don't have a
I would
clue.
think that it would be fair whenever we deal with pastor that you would deal specifically with that particular pastor since you have spiritual intelligence on him.
Yeah.
While you might be
it's amazing.
suspicious that there might be other pastors who are not saved, in the case of this pastor who have moved to take control of the women that you should be leading spiritually and from a high family perspective, that is the pastor that you should focus on.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay? So put on the full armor, get ready for next week, and we shall take on, if it is God's will, we should take on the pastor.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting story. We
Okay.
have a big story to break next week. It's going to shock. It's going to shock and rock the foundations of a very, very prominent church in the South. I have all the facts.
This is powerful.
I have all the evidence, and I can guarantee you, we could never be sued.
This is powerful.
Never.
Well, my spiritual advisor,
Never be sued.
we'll
You have a
leave that
big
for the
story.
day, and
You have a
I'm
big
going to
story to
invite
break.
you to gossip the gospel and take into consideration scripture that in these last days there's going to be a bunch of false prophets, by extension false pastors, people who are misleading people and are successful in leading them straight to hell. So,
Weak-willed women taking advantage.
well, I call on you,
The pastor took advantage of an old woman, Sandra.
my spiritual advisor.
That is terrible.
You will rebuke him in the name of Jesus when the time comes. Meanwhile,
Let's go to the
will
scripture.
you gossip
Yeah.
the gospel. This is
Galatians
power.
chapter 6, 7 through 10. I'm going to read from the NIV. Pay very, very close attention to this. Galatians chapter 6. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 through 10. Pastor, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Remember that, eh? The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, today the nation celebrated the life of the Honorable A. Loftus Roker, a former parliamentarian and minister in the first Pinling-led administration. Not necessary that he perhaps was, well, I don't remember if he was elected in 67, I have to think about it, but I know that he served in the government, and by 1972 he was a part of the Constitutional Conference that took place in London. We know that A. Loftus Roker has been a very colorful politician. If you remember and or examine the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, at one point he would have been like the Member of Parliament for Acklins and Crooked Island. There was a point when he first nominated, but he was too young, and he put up his age. Nevertheless, notwithstanding that he had put up his age so that he could be qualified, they don't tell you these kind of things. They tell you the things that are politically correct. Only me will tell it to you, that he had put up his age, but he was still defeated, I think, by the UBP. And of course, he became very bitter with the people of Acklins and Crooked Island. And if we were to examine the historical documents, a lot of people have forgotten, when Pinling did some wonderful things in Acklins and Crooked Island, and he spoke, he made it quite clear that if it had left up to him, he would not have done it. And he was still upset, he was still angry over the fact that they had not supported him, but instead they went with the white man. They went with the UBP. And of course, there were many Negro residents in that community who would have told you that if I have the UBP Member of Parliament name correctly, because I'm getting old, I think he was the late Basil Kelly. And notwithstanding that Basil Kelly was UBP, this was a very good Conky Joe man who took care of his Negro constituents. They are some of the reality of the matter, even though you may not want to hear it politically. So the Negro people did stand with him, and then finally they did vote against him. So Loftus Roker served with great distinction, and today Prime Minister Philip Davis eulogized him at the Anglican Church, that's Christ Church Cathedral, located on George Street in the city of Nassau. We understood that in addition to the Prime Minister eulogizing him, the ambassador to New York, Wendell Jones, we are advised, who also hails from Acklins and Crooked Island, we are advised that he also spoke at the burial. And if I am correct, my understanding is that Archdeacon Cartwright, he would have also participated in that funeral ceremony. So some people describe it as an official funeral. Others told me it was a state funeral. Whatever it was, he was given some of the greatest honor. And of course, this afternoon, they march to the Western Cemetery, a very ancient and old cemetery. And I'm going to invite young people to visit the Western Cemetery, because in the Western Cemetery, one of our very early cemetery, maybe from the 1600s, There are tombstones written in marble, which gives you quite a lot of history of the former colony and of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So Loftus Roker was interred today, and the nation has given him his final honor. And of course, from our understanding, his family, his friends, and Bahamians all attended and celebrated the life of a courageous politician. And I will tell you that in his lifetime, he played some beautiful politics. He took some powerful, powerful position. No one since Loftus Roker had the balls to attend a mass rally and to confront some of Andre's major drug smugglers. And these drug smugglers were drug smugglers who fought many battles, many wars in the bushes of Andres. And they had shootout in Andres. And when the Colombian landed and came to kill some of them, they were successful in returning unlawful bullets after the Colombians fired unlawfully at them. And they, in many instances, many of them were killed by Colombians, but they also killed many Colombians. And according to historians, they buried them in the pine forest. And lots of cocaine was found. And many of the cocaine was found at a point when there was a lot of ignorance, when the old Negro thought the cocaine was flour, and they began to feed it to the pigs. And then they realized something was wrong when the pigs became high. Nobody can tell that to you. Only me can tell that to you, because that's the facts. But nevertheless, Loftus Roker at a mass rally, I think Henry Bostwick would have been his opponent, and Mr. Bostwick might have been representing either the Free National Movement or the Free National Movement's sister, the BDP, one of them. Because, you know, in our politics, we split up, we fractured, then we rejoined. Well, he took on Henry Bostwick in Nicholstown. He mounted the podium, and he told Androsian, all of you know who's selling dope, all of y'all who's smoking dope, who's selling cocaine, who cracking road and freebasing, I don't want y'all to vote for me, eh? I don't want nobody who in the drug trade to vote for me, because if y'all get locked up or the United States indict y'all, I don't want nobody to come around my place telling me I need to help y'all. So to make it clear, don't vote for me. We've had no politician in the history of this country to tell voters that. So it's Loftus Roker. So I can tell you many of the good things he has done. I can even point out some of the controversial things he had to say in his lifetime. But he was a man. So if you are a human being, there are things you will say that many will praise, and there are other things that you will say that many will find not pleasant. And of course, throughout his activity in the PLP, there were great excitements during PLP conventions. There were great excitement whenever he was called upon to speak. One day he was called upon to speak. I told it to you, and it was like 1974, when he would have told Pinling and Arthur Hanna and the National General Council of the governing Progressive Liberal Party and the delegates to the convention and every PLP and every citizen that corruption was rocking the PLP to its very foundation. And when he said that, it was like there was an earthquake at that convention. There were the days when Penn and them used to have some of the best convention. You could go to the convention and boo and row. It was exciting. Now these days, the PLP and the F&M wouldn't have no convention, so you could show up and you could row, right? Anyway, I old, but I thank God in my youth, when Finland had some of them great convention, you could show up in the back and you could row and so forth, and then Finland them mount the podium, or Roker them mount the podium, and they rebut you and so forth and so on. They were great days when the politics was sweet. But Roker was a great citizen, and from my observation going to Porter's Dock, it was clear to me that he was enjoying his retirement, because if he went out there, he was always out there with the ordinary men, the fish and fruit vendors, and they were playing, playing dominoes and so forth. So it was great, and I even had my clash with him between 1977 and 1978, but I'll tell you about it one day. I've repeated it before, so I had fun with him. He was Minister of Health, and I used to work on the garbage truck. So we had a clash, the garbage collector and the Minister of Health. Guess who won the clash? Me! Because there was no garbage collector before me and since me who was as political as I was. And when I saw the garbage, I could make politics out of it. And when they explained to me the various diseases that you can catch if you didn't get proper tetanus shot, man, nobody could advance a political argument, because I studied the garbage. And I became one of the best garbage spinner. I was youthful, you hear me? And this is powerful. So my spiritual advisor, Loftus Roker, has had a wonderful life.
Yeah.
He has been buried with full honor. The country has paid him great respect. I think it's powerful.
Yeah, I'd like to personally send condolences to his family, especially his brother, Leonard Roker, and his son, and the rest of the family, who I know very well. Leonard Roker, of course, lives down the street from where I live, so I want to extend my condolences to him and his family on the passing of his brother.
This is powerful. Will I extend my condolences to his widow, a wonderful, beautiful woman who kept low-keyed in the society to the extent that the nation don't know her. It's powerful. God save the family of A. Loftus Roker. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker, and there are some very interesting political development taking place, particularly in view of the fact that tomorrow, which is the 1st of June, which is the beginning of the hurricane season, and all of you should now start to get ready if you haven't. But also tomorrow, there's another storm that is brewing. It's the Free National Movement Convention. And the first cousin of Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis has issued a statement rejecting him, goodness me, and have supported publicly the leadership of Michael Pintard. So when I return, I will tell you who is the relative of Dr. Minnis, his first cousin, and this is very significant. And then, of course, I'll also tell you how Carl Culmer, who's my cousin, but he had reached a stage in the FNM where he denied me. Oh boy, it's amazing that you could be related to man by blood, but you would deny him. I could never deny my family. I don't care who in charge of the country. But we'll talk about it. But I'm not upset with him. I'm not. Because this life is but what is?
Transcending?
Not transcending, transitory.
Oh, transitioning.
Okay. So, you know, so I'm not. But what are we going to do? I have to pay bills so that I can be independent and empowered. And then we will talk the politics of the opposition, as I once again call on Prime Minister Philip Davis, because thousands of us FNMs voted for Mr. Davis and the PLP, and I was among the few FNMs who openly said it. But there are many FNMs who just quietly went to the poll and they voted PLP, and I really want Mr. Davis to release them so that they can go and rescue the party from Dr. Minnis. Let's pay bills first so we can look at who in Minnis' family has rejected him. Go ahead.
Seagrams escapes. Catch the Seagrams team every Friday this summer at a new location where they'll be giving away free Seagrams when you purchase 3, as well as when you buy 1, get shot, you receive 1 shot free. Here are the different locations and dates where the Seagrams team will be each week in June. June the 1st, to July, the Chinese, East Street, June the 7th, Noah's Liquor Store, June the 21st, Sun Luck on Michael Road, and of course, June the 28th at Loftus Liquors. Seagrams escape. All right, here we go.
This is powerful. So that's one ad. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Money Max. Everybody needs money. Always send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend, anytime, anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max, live your max life. Western Air, Fort Lauderdale. Western Air Bahamas, fly in comfort this summer with Western Air. Enjoy direct flights to Fort Lauderdale. Book now at westernAirBahamas.com and experience top-notch service. Western Air, your journey starts here. Dreaming of an island escape? Western Air makes it easy. Fly with us to North Luzio on our daily non-stop flights. Enjoy the convenience of affordable fares, top-notch service, and reliable schedules. Whether you plan a family vacation or a quick getaway, Western Air has you covered. Book your tickets today at westernAirBahamas.com and experience the island adventure you've been waiting for. Western Air, your journey starts here. Nobody has better prices on electrical supplies like SHSS Electrical. Whether it's square products, switches, combos, breaker panels, breakers, electrical wires, and meter cans. You'll find everything you need. Dial 605-7777. Visit them on Chesapeake Road in the former Minute Muffler building. SHSS Electrical. You can also pick up ceiling fans and outdoor floodlights. SHSS Electrical. All right.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. This is powerful. So you've read all of your ads.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, before I go into the F&M politics, don't forget what the principles are. That the government, well, the opposition will have its say, and the government will have its way. So we'll go to the government, because the minister responsible for economic affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, has rebutted a statement which was issued by opposition leader Michael Pintard yesterday when the Free National Movement held a press conference in the House of Assembly shortly after Prime Minister Philip Davis, who's the minister responsible for finance, presented the budget. And you would recall that the Free National Movement was very critical of the budget, and immediately a press conference was held at the office of the Prime Minister, where the Ministry of Finance is located. It became controversial because the Financial Secretary, that would be Mr. Simon Wilson, and a journalist from the Nassau Guardian, Yuri Kemp, they got in a clash when Yuri is alleged to have called Simon a liar. And Simon became very, very offended by that. And in the midst of that controversy, there are information which is missing. And sometimes, while we are all required to control our emotions and not allow ourselves to be provoked, we are learning, one, that Simon, the financial secretary, that Simon Wilson, that he mentored Yuri Kemp, and that Yuri Kemp at one point worked under Simon Wilson. So they both know each other. And while Simon has been accused of lying, Simon says that when he fired Yuri Kemp, he fired Yuri Kemp for lying to him. So you see, we have to be very careful if what Simon say is the truth, that he mentored Yuri Kemp, and that Yuri Kemp was under his leadership, then certainly if he fired Yuri allegedly for lying to him, Yuri should have controlled his anger, having been fired, and not accuse Simon of lying. Nevertheless, I understand what is taking place there, and I call on Yuri and Simon to make up. All right? Life is so short. We're living in, and we're all trying to build a country. And, I play journalism from time to time, and I try to be skillful. I try not to call people a liar, that kind of thing. But the point that I want to make is the minister responsible for economic affairs, that would be Senator Michael Halkitis, he rebutted the Free National Movement, and I think I have a duty to be fair to Senator Halkitis. So the media says Halkitis blasts F&M budget criticism. Minister of State for Economic Affairs Michael Halkitis said yesterday the opposition has failed to find a sensible contribution to the current discussion about the state of the Bahamas finances, as he denied its claims that the government is failing to meet its own projection. For the last 2.5 years, all we have heard from the opposition, particularly the spokesman for finance and the leader, is doom and gloom, said Senator Halkitis. at a press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister, first, says Senator Hal Keaters, we were going to go to the International Monetary Funds, that's the IMF. We were going to default on bonds. We were not going to meet our targets. We were not going to destroy the economy if we raise the minimum wage or decreases VAT. And they have been warning, or they have been wrong, please forgive my sight, and they have been wrong in every case. As he delivered the budget communication in Parliament on Wednesday, Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, who is Minister of Finance, reported that at the end of March, the 9-month mark of the current year, the deficit stood at $214.1 million, nearly 63% higher than the projection of $131.6 million for the year 2023-2024 fiscal year. So we thought we would point that out so that we will make sure that as the opposition has its say, which they did yesterday, the government must also have its way by us, the people, them also hearing what they have to say. So meanwhile, having said that, I want to talk about a little politics, my spiritual advisor.
Go right ahead, Sander.
Because the media is full of great political stories, particularly in view of the fact, for those of us who live to see Saturday, that's tomorrow, the 1st of June, the beginning of the hurricane season. It is also the beginning of one-day convention of the Free National Movement. Now, for many of you, sometimes one of the mistakes that we make in politics, we do not make connections. It is always important to know who your politicians are and to know who they are related to. And you will find that once you know the connection, you're able to figure out a lot of things. So we have Crazy Thompson. Now, many people are not aware that Crazy Thompson is the first cousin of the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis. Many people are not aware that perhaps shortly after the election, the general election, and the FNM had a special convention to elect a leader, Dr. Minnis was pushing his first cousin, Crazy Thompson, to become leader. But Crazy Thompson is a very interesting man. He recognized that Minnis wanted to give it to him so he could take it back. And you know, blood is thicker than water, but he was not successful. Michael Pintard was elected, and then over a period of time, Crazy Thompson wouldn't make a commitment to his leader, Michael Pintard. And he would know that in the last general election, all those who openly supported, or should I say, all those who openly opposed, I'm talking about members of parliament, who opposed Dr. Minnis and supported decent Loretta Butler Turner as leader of the opposition in the parliament, Dr. Minnis denied them a nomination. So he has set the precedent. If you don't support the leader, you ain't get no nomination. And I'm certain that Crazy Thompson would love to have his nomination. And so tomorrow, everybody is going to have to make up their mind what they're going to do. And I want to read what Crazy Thompson say. So the media says that Crazy Thompson ends speculation, endorses Pintard for leader. 2 days before the Free National Movement's convention, East Grand Bahama MP Crazy Thompson has ended speculation by endorsing Michael Pintard in his leadership race against former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis. Now the media, because these are very young people, they're not from Baintown. They don't have the common touch. They don't know the family connection. So I know that Crazy Thompson and Dr. Minnis is close blood. Got it? I know it. And I'm in a position to give you a story because when Minnis tried to pull his dirty trick on me, Crazy Thompson's name came up. And he was shocked when I raised Crazy Thompson's name on Parliament Street in the vicinity of the House of Assembly. I'll tell you about that another day, but today it's important to point out that Crazy Thompson is Dr. Minnis' first cousin, and he's rejected openly his first cousin. I think it's powerful that he has done that. You will recall that when I was in the FNM, I took on Sidney Colley as national chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party. I have a first cousin who also has been a former national chairman of the Free National Movement, Dr. Nigel Lewis. Dr. Nigel Lewis, his late mother and my late mother, they're sisters. Well, Dr. Nigel Lewis, what do you think he did? He never showed up to vote because maybe he could not vote for me. And certainly if he had shown up, then he knows I'm intelligent. I may not have said anything to him, but I would have said, I cannot believe that Nigel Lewis, who raised me, we slept in Black Village on the same floor, who taught me how to read when my grandma told him, this big boy can't read. I cannot believe that he would reject me over or reject me in support of Sidney Colley. And you'll recall that since the FNM came to power, we haven't heard from Sidney Colley since. So he cleverly stayed away. But in the case of Crazy Thompson has made it clear that he ain't gonna support his first cousin. But these media, they don't know these things. So insiders have seen Mr. Thompson as an ally of Dr. Minnis in the past. Look, that's his first cousin. And the former Prime Minister reportedly supported his bid to lead the party when he ran for leader in 2021. We have a critical choice to make June 1st, that's tomorrow, on who will lead our party towards that victory, says Mr. Thompson in a statement issued yesterday. I have served with Dr. Hubert Minnis and I'm grateful for and let me read it again properly. I have served with Dr. Hubert Minnis and I'm grateful for providing me with an opportunity to serve. All FNMs and the country has benefited from his leadership, says Crazy Thompson. He led our nation through one of the most difficult times in our history. I also believe that our beloved party and our country need a new generation leader. I believe that leader is Michael Pintard. I have served with Mr. Pintard and believe, goodness me, my iPad is acting up. But he says that he has served with Mr. Pintard and he believes that Mr. Pintard is very competent to lead the Free National Movement. So that is what is taking place there. as, yes, as I'm able now to read that point to you, as Crazy Thompson has finally come out and decided that this is politics. And this ain't got nothing to do with who's your first cousin. I'm certain that if Dr. Minnis needs $2, he's prepared to assist him. I'm certain that he's prepared to do it, but he recognized that you need new generation leadership in the FNM. He says, I believe that leader is Michael Pintard. I have served with Mr. Pintard and believe he has the skills required to lead our party and lead our country. So Crazy Thompson says he pledged to support leader Pintard after the last convention and continue to serve alongside him in Parliament. And should the people decide, I look forward to serving in his government. And then you have several former cabinet ministers who serve under the Minnis administration who have expressed their support for Mr. Pintard. So we have Brentsell Road. Everybody knows that Brentsell Road loves Papa. Then there's Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe. There's Darren Henfield. And then there is Dion Folks. Then there's Denuncio D. Aguilar. And then, of course, we have who? Marvin Dames and Ellsworth Johnson have all publicly endorsed Michael Pintard. And Dr. Minnis has said he is not troubled by the number of his former cabinet ministers supporting Mr. Pintard, saying he is staying focused, all right? So that is a very powerful story that Crazy Thompson, who is East End Grand Bahama Member of Parliament, if I'm describing the constituency correctly, he has rejected his first cousin. I don't know if all goes well on Monday. I may give you the family tree so that you could see Crazy Thompson on the family tree and Dr. Hubert Minnis on the family tree. And so I think it's significant that as the party marches towards convention, what is taking place. My spiritual advisor, as I look for Carl Culmer story, any comments on that?
So tomorrow it's at Bahama.
Yes.
And I think, what, is it 8 a.m. that it starts?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to confirm the time.
Well, you had the document yesterday.
Yeah,
and you know, I thought you were really into the FNM. All the FNM did for you.
It's amazing. Eh?
You don't know what's going on. Check.
Yeah.
Check your WhatsApp.
But I'm excited.
While I look at what Carl
I'm excited
had to say.
To see what the output. What is interesting though, Sandra?
Yes.
It's amazing how many of the really influential FNMs that were either close with Dr. Minnis or served under him in his administration, they've now turned on him.
Well, they've not turned on him.
It's just his leadership that they didn't. Were not pleased with.
Right. I'm certain that there's no hatred.
But Carl Culmer's words were extremely. They were critical.
Well, Carl.
He said Dr. Minnis was the worst prime minister.
Yeah. Well, don't forget now, Carl, when Minnis moved to become leader, Carl was his right-hand man.
But why is Carl just saying this now?
Well, this is the best time to say it. You say it, listen.
You know what the deal is, right? You say to yourself, you ain't had no balls while the man was in power.
No.
But you got all the balls now. It's amazing, eh?
No, I disagree with you. I'm not going to have you denigrate my cousin, Carl Culmer.
No, I mean, he's a fairly decent guy.
Carl Culmer supported Minnis. He didn't know Minnis. He's not like me, who can look at Minnis and recognize that Minnis was not saved, right? So he supported. But we will read Carl's statement later on in the show. But let's focus on Crazy Thompson, who
Crazy.
Yes.
I know. Okay.
You're more educated.
We'll leave it alone.
Don't get distracted over my poor
I just don't want the man to be offended.
Pronunciation. Crazy Thompson is smarter than you will ever think he is.
Of course he is.
Kwesi Thompson recognized that Minnis is bad leadership. And there are many examples we can show you. You remember how Minnis spoke to the media? He was poisoned by power. And power can be very poisonous. He was not humble. Look at Philip Brave Davis, who's Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. But every time you see Mr. Davis, there is humility in him. All right? Anyway, when we come back, we do birthdays. And after the birthdays, we look at the F&M former national chairman. And I want the delegates to know that I have a horse in this race. And it's my doctor, Dr. Dwayne Sands. And I want Dr. Dwayne Sands to be elected. This is powerful. God save the king. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and it's about 5 p.m. on this wonderful, wonderful day. It's been very hot, and people living in Fire Trail Gardens. I hope I have the subdivision name correctly. It's in the Fire Trail Road area. They complained to me like I worked at BPL. Can you imagine? I had all kind of people calling me to complain how their electricity went off, must see from about what, until about 1 a.m. this morning. And they told me how hot they were and so forth. So I really hope BPL will stop cutting off these people light, and then perhaps I will tell them what I do when my lights are off. It may not be the proper thing for you to do, but I'll tell you a trick that I use after we would have done birthdays and so forth. Bradley?
So we have a birthday shout out to do today. We do have a shout out. Let's see, Charmaine Coakley. We send a happy birthday shout out to the beautiful Charmaine Coakley. She'll be celebrating birthday tomorrow. Greetings coming from your husband, children, grandchildren. They love you, enjoy your day, and they pray and hope that you live to see many, many more. So happy birthday to Charmaine Coakley coming from your husband. All the best. Enjoy your birthday. All right, that's it on the birthday list, Sandra.
That's the only birthday?
Only one.
Okay, well, great. So happy birthday to everybody, and this is powerful. I sympathize with the people of Fire Trail Gardens who have been complaining all day that their electricity went off very early yesterday and how they suffered. I'm not going to suggest that you do this. I merely give you my experience. When they kept cutting off my light, I went to the public pump and I filled up 2 gallons of water and I put it in the deep freeze. And then when they cut off the light, I went to the deep freeze and I took the 2 gallons of water to bed with me, and I would put both of them to my feet and push my feet on them. Do you know, I would cool down, but then somebody started rowing and complaining that they didn't think it was a good idea. And I said to them, well, what you want me to do? BPL cut off the light, it's hot inside, and I had to find a way to keep cool. But I've discontinued after those who claim that they were more intelligent than I am told me that that was not a good practice. So having said that to you, I hope that BPL will quickly connect those new generators so that everybody can get electricity, because around the world we are seeing significant climate change. In India, for instance, the reports coming out of India is that it's 126 degrees. What? That's how hot it is on the Indian continent. And just next door to us in the United States of America, we have seen a major phenomenon which is called tornadoes, and it has been wrecking the Americans, which perhaps maybe the propaganda that the late president of Cuba used to push in the 60s and the 70s when hurricane went to Cuba. You remember, for those of you who could remember or old enough, the prime minister, or should I say the president, Comrade Fidel Castro, has always accused the American government of sprinkling things in the clouds and bringing the hurricane to Cuba. And, you know, I can remember asking Mama, what the American sprinkling in the clouds? Because Castro says that it's the American who create that. But my grandma was pro-America, and she goes to the United States 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a year to shop. She said, boy, that ain't true, eh? That's God who do that. Because, you know, they were communists, and Mama always thought that God would not bless nations and people who believe in communism. Well, having said that to you, you should start getting ready, because tomorrow is the 1st of June, I think. And if I'm correct, it's the beginning of the hurricane season. And you may not have you may have forgotten. Please forgive me. I may have it wrong. But there was a provision in the law which required, I think, at the beginning of the hurricane season, for the Prime Minister to make an address and to warn the public on what kind of precautionary measures they need to take. You remember that? And guess what happened? Dr. Minnis, in his wickedness, Dr. Minnis, in his spitefulness, repealed that section of the law. I regret that I didn't prepare. I should have thought about it today so I could have looked and produced the evidence. But check it out. At the beginning of the hurricane season, the authorities were supposed to alert us. And you remember, Minnis didn't comply with the law, and all them people in Abaco and Grand Bahama drowned and perished and missing. And he repealed it. So tomorrow is the 1st of June. Will there be a national address? If there's none, it is due to the fact that Hubert Alexander Minnis repealed that legislation. Vote against him. All right? And this isn't hate-free. When you vote against Dr. Minnis, vote against him with love. Don't hate him. It's only politics, okay? But just vote against him with love when you take into consideration some of the things that he has done. Now let's look at Carl Culmer. Carl Culmer says Minnis was worst leader ever. Carl Culmer, the former national chairman of the Free National Movement, lifted the lid on his tenure as the Free National Movement's chairman yesterday and described former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis as the worst leader he has served in any capacity. The relationship between party leader and chairman is one of the most critical in politics, especially for a governing party. Although Mr. Culmer relentlessly campaigned and defended Dr. Minnis as the FNM's chairman from 2017 to 2021 and appeared publicly to be one of the Kalani MP's closest allies, he told the Tribune that Dr. Minnis shunned him and ignored his advice. He said he wanted to resign, but did not do so to protect the organization. He is the latest top official from the Minnis era to endorse Michael Pintard ahead of tomorrow's convention, the highlight of which will be the leadership race. Despite the appearance of unity that characterized the relationship between Dr. Minnis and Mr. Culmer in public, the latter said Dr. Minnis reluctantly accepted his chairmanship bid after Dr. Nigel Lewis. See, that's my first cousin. See, Dr. Nigel Lewis is my cousin on my mother's side. Carl Culmer is my family on my daddy's side. Watch out for me, you wicked Negroes. Watch out for me. Okay? I ain't tell y'all how after they burned down my house in 2013 and firebombed my car under the Minnis administration, and how when I went to see if I could get any assistance under the Minnis administration, my first cousin, Dr. Nigel Lewis, said to me, talk to Carl Culmer. And Carl Culmer, as you know, is my family on my daddy's side. And so I followed the advice of Dr. Nigel Lewis, and I went to see Carl Culmer, and I was ashamed. I was ashamed over the fact that Dr. Minnis had him so mesmerized and intimidated that he denied one of the most popular relative that he has. And I don't say that to be contemptuous or arrogant or so forth. But me, I'll never deny a family. And I could show you, because I've talked with powerful political leaders in this country. Powerful political leaders. And when I talk to them, I tell them, now listen here, Nigel Lewis is my sister child. And I'm going to support the PLP to come to power, and he must never be victimized, because blood is thicker than water. I don't mess around. And the PLP accepted me. And today, there's no evidence that they victimized Dr. Nigel Lewis. And I did that because he held a high-profile position in the Free National Movement. I don't do nonsense, all right? And Carl, I felt sorry for Carl, that Carl wasn't man enough to say to Minnis, oh Lord Minnis, his family, you must always plead the case for the people there. You must always plead the case for colleagues and stalwarts and family in a proper manner. But thank God, Carl appears that he's being liberated, and here is an opportunity for him to keep Minnis out of leadership. One day they offered him at a convention as Minnis was campaigning for leader, and I showed up. And Carl and Minnis was standing at the Western Gate. And I thank God they were not standing at the Eastern Gate, because I would have been in problem if Gabriel had blown the trumpet. And as I entered, Carl Kalma, my family, he was intimidated to hail me because an evil man who was his leader was standing there. And that is never to happen again in the history of the country. Always recognize your family if they are conducting themselves responsibly. Now, if your family is being lawless and foolish and arrogant and rowdy irresponsibly, then it's not a sin to ignore them, to hide from them, to duck them. All right? So, these are the things that happen. And, just give me an opportunity to do to Carl what Ingram did to Dr. Hubert Minnis. But I won't do it to Carl, because when I did go to his house, his mother did treat me well when she recognized that I was her son's family on my father's side. And I remember them things. You see, I'm the kind of man, when people, their children, their parents treat me good, no matter what sin their children commit, I forgive them. I say, I've forgiven him. His ma treat me good. I've forgiven him. His brothers treat me well. I can forgive him. That's the way I operate. I look for people that I can look at and say, I need to forgive this person. And then I look to find a good reason to forgive. And so I look at how it happened when I landed in Iltv. So it's a great day that this is happening. And I'm so happy to tell you that that Dr. Minnis reluctantly accepted Carl Bettle chairmanship after Dr. Nigel Lewis and party treasurer Dwight Sawyer recommended him for the role. Minnis doesn't say no. He said he just find ways to look around you. Mr. Culmer said he used to meet Dr. Minnis every Friday at 8 a.m. until February of 2018. when something changed, I said to the then Prime Minister that I am hearing rumblings on the ground and they were not popular towards the party. That is what Carl told Minnis. He laughed at me and went and made fun of it with a few of my colleagues. Those meetings ceased, says the chairman, between the chairman and the leader of the party. Minnis found an excuse. He stopped accepting my calls. He didn't answer my WhatsApp, nor did he answer any of my emails. So you see what is happening. A party cannot function as it should constitutionally if the leader and the chairman is not working hand in hand. If the Prime Minister and the national chairman, and if you would look at this PLP term in office, we said a very phenomenal, I can't find the word, a very phenomenal strategy that Philip Davis, as leader of the PLP and Prime Minister, Fred Mitchell, as National Chairman and Foreign Affairs Minister, we've seen, perhaps for the first time that I can recall, where a cabinet minister is the chairman of the party. Wonderful. And Prime Minister Philip Davis, and I'm in a position to know, watch out for me, and Fred Mitchell, the Foreign Affairs Minister and the National Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, they work together. There's no ill will, there's no animosity. There will be disagreement and difference of opinion, which you debate and work out. So a leader needs a chairman that he would be comfortable with. And I want delegates to know that Michael Pintard will be comfortable with my doctor. And my doctor happens to be Dr. Dwayne Sands. And I really want him to win. So I call on F&M delegates to vote for my doctor, Dr. Dwayne Sands. He has been very good to me. And in my many sicknesses, when no one has been able to ease pain, bone pain, and I show up. Do you know you find the medication that has done it? So you saved my life. And for the last year or so, I've struggled to stay alive. And he has been phenomenal. And I do see him. And I really would want him to be successful in his endeavor to become the national chairman of the Free National Movement. And if I was able to cast a vote at this F&M convention, I would vote for Dwayne Sands. Certainly you should vote for a man who saves your life and who does everything he can to make your life, you know, more comfortable. It's kind of emotional. Any comments, my spiritual advisor?
No, not at all, Senator.
That mean you join in supporting me?
You want Dr. Dwayne Sands to
I want Dr. Dwayne Sands to win as national chairman. And I want Michael Pintard to beat
Dr. Minnis.
As Muhammad Ali said in But where did Muhammad Ali fought? I think in 1975 in Africa, when I think he might have been fighting Joe Frazier. I can't remember. And Ali turned to one of the Africans and asked him, "How do you say beat him?" And they said, and they said to Ali, "Ali Bombaye." I think that's how it was said. So I want F&M to Bombaye, 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 Dr. Minnis. Okay? And I want F&Ms to Bombaye, Ellsworth Johnson. Okay? I think it's powerful. I think that's what it was when he fought in, was it Zaire? I don't remember.
What is that? Was it the thriller in Manila? No.
Someplace in Africa.
What year was it?
I believe it might have been 75 or thereabout.
76? He fought George Foreman, was it?
It might have been George Foreman. Whoever he fought in Africa. Just ask.
Google.
Who did
They'll tell you.
Ali fought in Africa, and where in Africa it was? I believe it was Zaire. I'm not sure. That's a long time ago. So I didn't research. Yeah. So this is what is taking place.
Oh, Rumble in the Jungle. Was it?
No.
Yeah, it was in Zaire.
Huh?
Yeah, it was George Foreman in Zaire.
Right. What year was that?
What year was that, Texas?
Yeah. Yeah.
1975.
Right. So I'm correct.
What year was it? 1974?
Okay. Great.
What did they call it? Rumble in the Jungle?
Okay.
All right, a Rumble in the Jungle.
And Ali said, Bombaye. Bombaye.
Was it in Zaire, Mr. Medusa? Zaire.
Zaire, right.
Zaire.
So it's 50 years ago.
Is that East Africa or West?
That's 50 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what is going
Zaire.
on. And tomorrow, as I point out to you, it's the beginning of the hurricane season. For heaven's sake, take it seriously, because meteorologists are predicting that there's going to be titan storms. And from what we have seen in Midland, United States, the tornadoes, some of them have been going as fast, I think, as 150 or 160 miles. So if you were to have that kind of wind, it may break down everything, okay? It will break down everything, and we all will turn back to the village. So that becomes very, very important. Yeah, it becomes very important. So tomorrow is going to be a great day in the country. All of this is good for democracy. I'm glad that Minnis has decided he's going to run. Let's have some political excitement in the country, but let it be peaceful, you know? Let's have some excitement. People get together, go down to Bahama, vote, right? Let's have excitement. We need more excitement. Excitement in the country. So go on. It's time to vote. I got 2 horses. Okay? This is powerful. Micah Pentad and my doctor, Dr. Dwayne Sands. All right? This is powerful. There shall be no split, no crack. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor. And of course, we are all getting ready to say goodbye to May 31st, as Saturday is the 1st of June 2024. It is the beginning of this hurricane season. And of course, the Free National Movement has a one-day convention. My spiritual advisor is going to pay some bills, and then we will talk and open up the line. Bradley?
All right, Western Air. Western Air Bahamas flies in comfort this summer with Western Air. Enjoy direct flights to Fort Lauderdale. Book now at westernairbahamas.com. Experience top-notch service. Western Air, your journey starts here. Dreaming of an island escape? Western Air makes it easy. Fly with us to North Lucha on our daily non-stop flights. Enjoy the convenience of affordable fares, top-notch service, and reliable schedules, whether you're planning a family vacation or a quick getaway. Western Air has you covered. Book your tickets today at westernairbahamas.com and experience the island adventure you've been waiting for. Western Air, your journey starts here. Nobody does or has better prices on electrical supplies than SHSS Electrical. Whether it's square products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical wires, and meter cans, you'll find everything you need. Dial 605-7777. Visit them on Chesapeake Road in front of the middle of the building. SHSS Electrical. You can also pick up ceiling fans and outdoor floodlights. SHSS Electrical. Money Max. Everybody needs money, always. Send money internationally and locally through Western Air Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today and send cash instantly to a family member or friend. Anytime, anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. All right, Sandra, that's the odds.
Well, I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Breakfast in the park. When is this, Sandra?
Go ahead.
It's going to be a breakfast in the park.
Yeah.
Saturday, June
1st.
Sorry, the 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
At 8 a.m. Venue is the Farquharson Street and Rupert Dane Lane. Where's that?
Did it say Farquharson? Or did it say...
Oh, sorry, Ferguson. Forgive me. Ferguson Street and Rupert Dane Lane.
Yeah.
Where's that, Sandra?
Right there on Ferguson Street at the junction of Ferguson Street and...
That breakfast looks good. I like how that tuna and grits look.
Well, it's being done by the Member of Parliament for Maine and Grandstown, Wade Watson. So, what a wonderful breakfast to kick off the hurricane season. So,
yeah, that tuna and grits look good.
Yeah.
Like, see some sausage and grits. Nah, scrap the corn. Too much salt. And look like, and that big pot looks like, what do you call it? Chicken salsa.
okay.
Does it look like? Yeah, it looks
Well,
like
I don't
chicken
know
sauce.
what it is until I show up tomorrow, and that will be powerful. So, to the people of Bainstown and Grandstown, your Member of Parliament is having that breakfast.
In the park.
Yeah, and that is powerful. Okay?
Absolutely. Are we
Right.
going to open the lines now?
Yes, my spiritual advisor.
All right, the weekend is here. We're going to open the lines. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 or 698-0776. Feel free to call us. You want to debate, you want to, whatever, engage us on anything that may have caught your attention in the media. You call me a liar. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yeah, the fight is called The Thriller in Manila.
That's what it was?
In Manila.
Yep, The Thriller in Manila.
And where did the fight took place? And where...
All right, we lost a caller. Call us back. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Mr. Medusa, put up that thing so Rodney would see exactly what you're talking about.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. So it was Trinidad Manila was different from the Rumble in the Jungle,
Right. Okay.
right? Okay. All right, let's take some more calls. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Oh, this is a George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali, World Heavyweight Championship, direct from Kinshasa, Zaire.
Okay. Kinshasa,
All right.
Zaire.
All right.
And you said it was 1974.
I can't see the date from here, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
All right.
But it was George Foreman. Who won that fight?
I think Ali won it when the Africans began to shout, Bombaye, Bombaye, beat him. Ali beat him, and that is what FNMs must do to Dr. Minister tomorrow. Just become cultural, just become tribal, and Bombaye, Bombaye. It's powerful.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Rook?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Great.
How you doing, Mr. Margot?
Sir, I thank you.
I was listening to the show a couple of days ago, and I heard you guys asking for some pictures of the airport marijuana.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if you've gotten those pictures as yet.
Send what you have. Some has been sent to me. Unfortunately, I've not been able to deal with the Meguana airport. But send what you have, and we're going to look at it.
Okay.
Send it to 323-7775.
And you can also share some with me as well.
Yes. I grew up in marijuana, so I can tell you without a doubt that they ain't lying. I've been down there from I was 2 years old. I grew up down there.
Well, the government, through the airport authority, has issued a statement of its commitment to either repair or rebuild, but we must keep the pressure on to ensure that it happens, okay?
Right, right. At
Yeah.
this point, I need to see it.
Yeah, well, you have to constantly talk about it. You have to constantly remind the government of the necessity. Because don't forget now, it's a big table. We all are sitting at the table, and you're going to have to do like what the little baby boy had to do. Mama, you ain't give me no food, you know. The woman had 14 children, and she miscounts. So you have to constantly hit on the table and remind the government that you didn't fix our airport yet, okay?
I like that analogy.
I thank you. And send me the pictures, okay?
Yes, sir. And on the note of Dr. Menace,
Yes.
I don't know. I think I agree with you on this one. The last election, I pretty much did what you did.
What
Take the torch and get grabbed.
You listen. If God spent my life on Monday, I must go to the PLP headquarters to tell them they better finish and fix marijuana. You are wonderful FNM, just like me. I took the torch and I vote for the crab. God bless you, eh?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
323-7775.
Mr. Rose.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Marco,
So,
how y'all doing?
Doing well, thank you.
I'm at the Village Pub tomorrow. I at the Village Pub tomorrow, taking on all bets. That Minister beat Pitt.
now how will I be able to identify you at the village pub?
When you come in the Village Pub, you'll see me with a big hat on.
Yeah, but how will I be able to identify you?
I say you'll see me with a big hat on.
Let me ask
A
you.
big straw hat.
Let me ask you a few questions. How will you be dressed?
I'll be dressed in short pants, T-shirt, and a big straw hat.
Will you be wearing an FNM shirt?
After that shirt, it'll be with Minister on it.
Okay.
So you will have that on. And are you a Negro citizen?
Right? And I have plenty of money to bet tomorrow.
Okay. I don't have any money, but would you like for me to pass by?
You can pass by, man. I may buy you a stew fish for a whole 2 months.
What about boiled fish tomorrow?
Anything you want.
Well, perhaps if the spirit moves me, what time do you expect to be there?
I'll be there anytime from 1 o'clock on.
Okay, if it's God's will,
Okay.
I'll come.
You know, I might see you coming in. I can see you from the window. I see you coming in. I come in to meet you.
I'll have boiled fish with you,
Yes.
And when Michael Pintard win, you will have boiled.
I'll do something on Monday morning, though.
No. When Michael win, you will have boiled fish with me.
Right, all right.
Okay?
Yeah,
You take good care with your straw hat.
all right.
All right? This is
All
powerful.
right, caller, take care. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Pleasant good afternoon, trusted all as well.
Good afternoon.
Eric Benjamin the Barrett Jr. Yes.
Welcome.
I saw something floating around on social media, allegedly stating that the Honorable Michael Pintard would have been admitted to analyst rehabilitation and went on to
Hang
say
up on this Negro
that the
now.
Jones-
Hang up on him.
Wow.
I want
Wow.
people
Hello.
to stop their foolishness. The station will not be used for nasty propaganda. Next caller, please. Hello?
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Yes, the fight between George Foreman and Muhammad Ali was held in 1974.
Yes,
It was rumbled in the jungle, not really in Manila,
right,
because
Okay.
Manila is in the Philippines.
right.
Right,
Okay.
And before you leave, yes, go ahead.
Also, Muhammad Ali won the fight.
Yes,
Where the phrase was coined, I'm sure you remember this, Mr. Monko,
go ahead.
rope-a-dope.
Yeah, rope-a-dope, but what was the African expression? Boom by
Ali
ye.
Bomaye.
Yes, yes. So,
Ali Bomaye. That spoke George Foreman.
yes, yeah,
And the rope-a-dope was where Ali leaned back on the rope,
yes,
and George Foreman was kept punching air.
right,
Got tired.
right.
So it was the rope-a-dope.
Rope-a-dope, and
Yeah.
so I want F&Ms to put boom by ye on Dr. Minnis, okay? Thank you.
And the rope-a-dope.
And the rope-a-dope. Well, Minnis is on the rope now. It's powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
I have a question. I need to know exactly and make one up. What is the I group doing with the 10,000 acres of property that the PLP gave them some 20-something years ago?
Well,
what are they doing with that property?
do you really-
What
do
are
you-
they doing with that property?
Okay, I'll answer you. You want answer?
If they're not you,
You would recall that Perry Christie, if I have it correctly,
one thing, and the I group is another thing. Please give us some answers. Whether you're good at investigating things, I need you to get going on that for me.
but I want to
please.
answer you now. Would you like to be answered?
Pardon me?
I want to answer you now.
Go ahead.
You would recall that my cousin, the then leader of the Progressive Liberal Party and Prime Minister, Perry Gladstone Christie, had negotiated and did give them, if I'm correct, Christie, please forgive me if I'm incorrect, 10,000 acres. Christie's best friend came to power. That's the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. And Ingram took back plenty of that. And at the moment, the most that I can say is I lost track of what is taking place, but I will call Christie and ask him to explain to me what has happened. And who knows, on Sunday, I may go to see Mr. Ingram. So call me back on Monday if it's God's will, okay? You take good care, my dear. Thank you. Okay. Next.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Hello, caller. You there? No, we lost that caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Manta.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
How you do, Brother Roll?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Listen to me, I'm well. Brother
Good.
Manta,
yes,
remember what we used to say when we small?
What's
Blood,
that?
chicken, and mud?
yes.
Listen to me. I need to meet with you ASAP. Give me a time tomorrow.
Okay. Do you have my cell number? Hello? Anyway, my cell.
Ready, my job.
Do you have my cell
Yes,
number?
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You call me at about 9:30,
Will do.
and then I will direct you how to find me.
Will do. But let me say something else in closing with the big thing for tomorrow. Wednesday, they had a election for president of the Baptist Association.
Okay. Who won?
They had Dr. Fernando as the black sheep.
Okay.
He came in victorious.
Okay.
Dr. McPhee had all of the top guns in the Baptist nominating and second and third and this thing and that thing.
Okay.
Okay? Watch out for minutes. Don't sleep on minutes.
I don't sleep.
One vote is one vote.
I don't sleep at minutes.
I said don't sleep on minutes.
That's what I just said to you. I don't sleep with minutes.
Okay, but I forget you're a black village man.
Yeah.
But listen to me. Let me say this to you, please. I know Special Advisor will run me off now.
No, I ain't gonna.
Listen to me. The Brad Simmons get millions of dollars, but tomorrow he only get one vote. The little old woman on the being in grandstand, she ain't got $1, but she still only get one vote. Watch out for minutes.
Okay, we shall see if what you say is correct.
I won't be a prophet, but watch out for minutes.
Okay, we shall see.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll call you in the morning, though.
Do call me.
Yeah.
Okay.
323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Believe it or not, I just want to say that the reporter didn't call the gentleman a liar. He said he lied. It's a difference between a lie and a lie. Okay? So I just feel like any young man that he really was trying, I think he was really wrong about that. If you go on your web in your dictionary or Google or anything, you could see there is a difference between a lie and a lie. I think he took it the wrong way. And on another note, whether Dr. Menace win or Pink Tag win, I just think they could regroup after that and become the party they once was. And, Mr. Monica has to stop. He has to stop his bad mouthing about Dr. Menace. We are all the Haymans. Why can't he live in love and peace? Okay, that's all it. He might say something like, Mr. Moncler, that hurt Mr. Moncler's feelings, but all this bad mouthing don't call for. Just let us live in peace and harmony. Whoever wins it, let's hope they can regroup and have the party again. That's all. Let's live in love, man, Mr. Moncler. Stop it.
Are you
Are
one of the woman them?
You're on the wrong track, man. Spiritual advisor.
Are you one of the woman them?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Moncler.
You didn't answer my question. Are you one of the woman them?
No, who might say no?
What is her answer?
She said no.
Woman, I rebuke you. I call you to a day of submission. You should submit. Dr. Menace is the wrong choice, but you have a pleasant weekend. Do well.
You do the same, Mr. Moncler.
God bless you, my sister.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes,
please guide him all the time and lead him in the right direction.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Moncler.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
What is on your mind?
This is what's on my mind. We are walking with dogs.
Really?
Yes, we are. And listen.
Who's we?
We, the Bahamian people, don't mind them. We can do just like how they did in the last election. We are walking with Dr. Menace. And listen, my leader.
You accept my leadership?
Yes, I do, but listen.
Well, woman, if you accept
Listen,
my
Mr.
leadership,
Roker.
you should stop being disobedient.
So, but you
hear me?
you're telling people not to rock with Doc. So
But-
you have the freedom to tell people not to rock with Doc. I have the freedom to tell people walk with Doc.
Yes, but the only
Yes.
rock I
Rocking,
want.
we are rocking with Doc. And
No,
listen,
throw rock at Doc.
God, your ship is sinking. We are rocking with Doc.
No, Doc will lose.
Hey!
Take it from me. I'll meet you on the convention floor if it's God's will.
And I will come to you and let you know who I am.
I want to meet
We
you.
are rocking with Doc. We will be rocking
No,
with
no.
Doc. Pentard, your ship is
No,
sinking.
Doc has been weighed in the balance and found wanting.
Pentard, your ship is sinking.
Stop it. The F&M will get rid of Doc.
We
Have a
are
good
rocking
day.
with Doc.
What's going on?
323-7775 is the number to call.
Why is
698.
Minister creating all of this disunity in the party?
Well, of course, he will have some people who will be with him. Senator,
yeah, but he's
so
creating, this is Minister's orchestration. Can't you see?
dividing the party.
Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good day, Mr. Monk. Good day, Mr. Wood.
Good evening.
How y'all doing?
Great, great.
I got a little dog celebrating. Dog celebrating.
What
the
is he?
return.
What is he celebrating?
He will give me the return.
My brother,
The leader of the Free National Movement.
Doc will not become the leader.
All right. We'll see
Before
again.
we allow Dr. Minister to lead our party, we will smash it
This minister.
and rebuild it again. Before F&Ms allow Dr. Hubert Minnis to lead our party, we will smash it and rebuild it.
I don't see it happening.
Okay? We will smash the party and rebuild it. Have a good day. It's powerful.
Have a good weekend. 323-7775.
The politics is sweet, eh?
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Spiritual Advisor, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Manka. I like
Ezekiel.
to send out a shout to the Davis family on the passing of one of their sons, Wayne Davis. And I like to send out a shout to all the senior citizens around the Commonwealth that are
Yes.
sick to the shortage, to those incarcerated, to every family in the hour of bereavement. That faith has enough sorrow that heaven cannot cure. And let us continue to pray for the main seat of the Commonwealth and family. And pray that we don't have no murder doing this weekend by the grace of God. And 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, my will, and then Zion their sons and daughters will be born into the kingdom. And I want you all to have a blessed afternoon and a blessed week ahead of you all by the grace of God. For the family to praise together, to stay together. You all have a blessed afternoon. God bless you all.
All right.
God bless
take
you.
care now.
Thank you. And give my regard to Ezekiel.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, Spiritual Advisor. Good afternoon, Mr. Monka.
Hello, my
Just
dear.
calling to tell you all I'm rocking with Doc, and like the lady said, Pentard's ship is sinking.
You're working with Doc?
Yes, son. Don't throw no big rock at him either, because we have a shield to protect him from it.
Well, I have a rock that I'd like to give you. So when
No,
you
no.
rock with
I
Doc,
don't
you
need
can
that rock.
drop it on his big, fat
No, sir.
toe.
No, sir. Take it back. Rocking with Doc all day tomorrow.
Listen, you're not safe.
I am safe, and I am one of the women them.
You accept my leadership?
No, sir.
Oh, well, you're not one of the women then. I
But
rebuke
you
you.
accept
Three
Minister
times.
leadership.
1, 2, Booyaka!
Rocking with Doc. Rocking with Doc.
Booyaka! Get rid of that Negro lady. She will not submit.
We got
powerful.
30 seconds. We have another call. We can take 30 seconds. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hi, I'm Mr. Spiritual Advisor. Hi, Mr. Monka.
Are you rocking with Doc?
I'm not working with Dog. Dog had his time, and he didn't even carry us to the full term last time. So we need to rest and let Michael Pentard lead us to the new dimension.
You're a
Absolutely.
wonderful woman. If
Thank
only,
you.
if only
All right,
you would
take
accept
care.
my leadership. You're the kind of woman.
Yes, I accept your leadership.
Lord, I thank you for this woman who will help me to get rid of Doc.
All right.
I thank you, my
Yes, have a
dear.
good
All right, you
weekend.
too. Take care.
This is
Bye-bye.
powerful.
That's the last call.
Well,
Well,
folks, my spiritual advisor tomorrow, the F&M
Yes.
meets at the beginning of the hurricane season. They will be at Bahama, get there very early because dark is up to wickedness and we have to turn dark back. It would be a great day to defeat this former prime minister, this former leader of the FNM. Doc has led our party astray. Doc has not been kind. He was disrespectful to the media, disrespectful to the people. All right? Every time you try to talk to Doc, Doc say he on the moon. Do well, everybody. Let's pray for the country. Let there be peace in the FNM. No violence. All right? Pray for my spiritual advisor. Pray for me. God save the Free National Movement from dark destruction. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. This is